Hi and welcome to Test University. In this video I'm going to cover Mumble, an open source voice chat program. The first step is to download the client. There's a relatively old but stable version and a newer development version. I would recommend trying out the newer client first and only downgrading if you have issues. The overlay works a lot better in the newer versions. Aside from the icons, most of the steps in this video are identical between versions. Now that Mumble is installed, let's configure a few things. Go to the Configure menu and select Settings. Check the Advanced in the lower left. For audio input, select your device. The default is normal for most setups. Transmission, select Push to Talk. Under the audio output, select your device. Default is usually fine here too. If you don't want Mumble to modify the volume of other programs you have running in the background, adjust the Attenuate section. In the user interface, I pick None to expand. It makes less for you to have to scroll through when you connect to, since we have a ton of channels. Go to Shortcuts, click Add button, and pick a Push to Talk key. Click in the blank spot in the shortcut column and then pick the button you wish to choose. Next, add another shortcut and pick Whisper Shout and then bind it to a different key. I'll cover how these two function buttons work once we get connected to the actual server. Under Messages, you can set this up to your own preferences. The text-to-speech thing gets very annoying quickly because the Mumble server is very busy. The last part of the configuration is the overlay, which will put Mumble information over the top of the game you are playing. The little red dot lets you move where the overlay is positioned. Your mouse wheel scrolling will adjust the size. I suggest going to the filter and picking only talking or talking and recently active, otherwise the list will get to be gigantic in some channels. Here's what the overlay looks like in-game. If someone were to talk, their name would pop up on the screen over here. Now that we have the basics configured, we can add the test server and connect. Go to the server menu, connect, and then add new. The address is mumble.pleaseignore.com and the port is 64737. It's one less than the default. Your username is your test auth username. When you connect for the first time, it will ask you for your auth password and to accept a certificate. There's a lot of channels in our Mumble server. Here's what you need to know about them. Drag Me is at the top and where you go if someone who's an admin tells you to go there. DD Reddit is a channel to pop up and ask questions in. Global Command has all our fleet channels. The discussion area is a section where anyone on our Mumble can create temporary channels. For example, if you want to play another game with some friends. The Bacon Bar is the general hangout channel, and all of the way at the bottom are where all the corporation channels are. The fleet windows require a bit more explanation as they are configured differently from the normal chat channels. In the drop-downs you'll notice fleet and underneath that main, quiet, and sub-channels. Depending on the fleet and your role, you might be asked to join a sub-channel. For example, if you're a logistics pilot. The whisper key you set up before will let you talk to the people in this channel, but only this sub-channel. The push to talk key lets you talk outside the channel to those that are linked to those channels, such as the main room and your FC. It's important to only use push to talk when it's relevant fleet information. Fleet commanders often have people talking to them the rest of the fleet can't hear, and if you push to talk, you will talk over them. That wraps up the Mumble video. Thanks for watching.